that's too late.
Are we recording?
Oh, yeah, we're recording.
Are we?
Yeah. Oh, this is the pre-show banter.
We didn't say this is Remember the Times podcast last time.
Yeah, we did.
We did?
I'm pretty sure.
I don't remember it.
Because I was so excited about it being episode 69.
That's right.
Yeah. This is episode 70. That's like not as cool, but this is the Remember the Times podcast. I'm Mitch. This is AJ.
I think 70 is pretty impressive, though. Not as funny.
It's a high number of podcast episodes. Yeah. More than I thought we'd get to.
Yeah, same. Thank you, everyone, for joining us.
It's been quite the journey.
Last one was a wild one. We are over 10 years in experiences here. Yeah, if you remember the last episode.
Why don't you recap us, AJ?
AJ kicked Mitch out of AllurA. Super, yeah, I didn't like that at all.
It wasn't good for anybody.
No, it was not. It was not good. So I left us off.
I'd still kind of argue maybe necessary.
You think?
I wasn't able to sing our songs. Like, what are you going to do?
I know. I just like, again, I like playing with you guys a lot. I think it's no secret, but like, I've asked you to play with me quite a bit. I enjoy playing with you.
Yeah.
I didn't want this.
It's because I'm still very good. Very good.
Not still. You are again.
I'm again. Yeah, I wasn't very good for a little bit. That was kind of part of the problem.
Yeah.
If you've been paying attention.
But so how were you? So you were mad after this point at all of us or what?
No, I mean, I was up the night of. I was mad because I had been like, dude, if you're gonna do it, just do it.
Yeah.
And then you were like, no, I'm not. But like, we need to talk, and then you did it.
Yeah.
That felt like a little bit of a flip around.
Sure.
But I was not necessarily betrayed feeling. It was kind of like almost a slight vindication, like the feeling that I'd been feeling kind of all tour.
Right.
It was like, I was fucking right.
Yeah.
Even though you guys weren't scheming the entire summer, it still ended up with the way that I thought it was going anyways. Which, maybe that was me doing a self-fulfilling prophecy.
You definitely Voldemorted yourself there.
Sure.
I think.
I don't know what that means because I'm not a fucking nerd. As he looks over at my giant computer desk.
Dude plays D&D all the fucking time. Anyways.
I'm a different kind of nerd.
All right, so I remember you walking away, and I was just like, nah, that's not cool. But I told John and Taylor the next day. I think we only had like 5 days left before the Death by Stereo show. That was to be your last one. I don't remember anything about it. I do remember about the time leading up, but obviously you drove separately from us to the show, but you got in there before us, and you were like, when you walk in the door, there's like the bar's like right there, and you were there. You had like a leather jacket on, and I think you were just ordering a beer, and I we all walked in, the four of us together, and I was like, fuck.
There he is.
Can we just do like a mulligan or something? Like, I don't want to do this. Like, can we just do over or something? I didn't say anything, to anybody, but that's how I was feeling. How were you feeling at this show?
I was feeling very bitchy.
Yeah.
I think I showed up and I was just like, well, you guys can load in your own gear. Like, kind of.
Not that singers ever actually help.
I was fairly helpful.
Well, you were because you were a bass player first.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But I remember like feeling like, I'm not going to fucking talk to you guys. I'm going to wait until the set. I'm going to get up there. I'm going to do my best, and then I'm going to go home.
That's the only thing I remember.
It sounded good.
That is not even just good. This was the best you had sounded since Sean and Josh had been in the band. Like the whole time Taylor and John were there, you had not sounded this good. And then all three of us were like, what the fuck was that?
Yep.
Where the hell did that come from?
Which kind of supports my it was all mental
to an extent.
Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Where like at this point it's just like, fuck it, I'm not even in this band anymore.
Yeah.
Like I'm just going to wail.
Yeah. Like not to say it was like perfect, like
it's never
pre stuff, but like you were like, I was like, man, like what the hell was that?
Especially because like, when was the Rhythm Lounge show in comparison? It was like a week.
November 13th, and this was November 22nd.
Yeah.
So you had less than 2 weeks to prepare.
Yeah. At 9 days. No. Yeah.
Yeah. Something like that,
9 days, and it's like, I that entire gap from Warped Tour to the hometown fair, fucking voice doesn't come back, and then 9 days it was inconsistent during the tour too. There were some days where it was just kind of like okay.
Remember because we said this. I tried to compliment him once, and he snapped at me for it.
Yeah, because I knew it was not I didn't have control over it.
Yeah.
That's what bummed me out. And if you guys had let me back in the band, the next show I probably would have had a fucked up show.
Maybe, I don't know. But that's really the only thing I remember about that. There's two other core memories I have. Is the one. First of all, this was a huge packed show.
Mm-hmm. It's a pretty small place to have Death by Stereo playing.
Yeah. But it was rad. It was really fun. But they usually give Dan, the guitar player, because he shreds balls, they give him like a guitar solo. Mm-hmm. And Ephraim, the singer, was like, Dan, guitar solo. And he goes, all right, vocal solo. Fuck yeah, baby. And that has been a joke in our group of friends ever since then, because that was absolutely hilarious. Well done, Ephraim. And then, Poor Habit was on this one too, I believe. Mm-hmm. And the main thing I remember after that, besides the fact that you left separately from us and stuff, before I ask you how you felt, I sat down at a bar with Indictment Tom. Mm-hmm. He had promised us $100. I can't believe we agreed to the show, but we needed money.
We were just always pumped to play with like Death by Stereo.
No, we were, but I just didn't want to do anything for him because he had been so.
We're on bad terms at the moment.
Yeah, and he sat down and said he didn't think he could pay us for the show, and I think he saw just the anger like raise, and he was like, "I had just had my last show with you. Have had a very bad 7 months here.
I'm having a bad fucking night."
And I was like, I'm not going to say his real name. I was like, Tom, like, and he was like, all right, here you go. And he gave me the $100.
Oh, so he had it.
Yeah, he fucking had it the whole time. But I was about to I had almost lost it.
I just want to know the calculus in the head of like, I don't have the money for you. And then you see like, oh, you're mad about that. All right, I have the money for you. Fine.
After knowing what you had already done, like to say that to me again, I was just like, I can't believe I didn't hit him, to be quite honest. I thought I was so ready to punch him. So I was more upset. But anyways, so that was your last show. Were you happy that it went well, or what were you feeling after that?
I remember feeling like it was like mic droppy a little bit. Like it was like, and fuck you guys.
Yeah.
And I from that show, I think I went to Long Beach and like basically didn't come back for a long time.
Yeah.
You guys were my social group up here.
Yeah.
In the South Bay, and then I had my social group down in Long Beach, and I feel really bad for them down there too. That I was just kind of like, all right, now I'm fully leaning on you guys because they left me, and it kind of treating really good guys that I was good friends with as like almost rebound friends, where it was just like this is my crew now.
Well, I mean, like, as much as, like, we had been friends for, like, 14, 15 years old. Like, it's tough to, like, surpass that no matter when you meet somebody new. It's like, dude, I've literally known this guy since before I could do anything. So.
Yeah. And I had, like, a really good crew down in Long Beach that like, I went down and I had told everybody before I left, I was like, I'm on my way to go play my last show, and that was like how a lot of people found out that I wasn't going to be in the band anymore, because that was like my entire identity at Cal State Long Beach was I was like the guy who was in a band, and then I was like the president of the fraternity who's in a band, and then I want to say the same time that the show happened was when my like tenure as the president ended.
I was about to say that it was because you did a Facebook post saying
I did a very emo Facebook post because back
then
then
lost both.
Back in the day, your status was your name and then an empty space. So a lot of the old emo Facebook status like Mitch Davis is feeling like it's a dark place out there. But this one was like Mitch Davis is no longer the president or in a band. And it's just like, is anybody going to comment on this and ask me questions about this?
I saw it, and that made me feel just even worse than I already was.
It came up on my Facebook memories like not that long ago.
Really?
I have a habit of checking it.
I do too, just for the
clear
podcast.
Shit like that out.
Oh, nice.
It needs to be gone. I don't want any record of it.
I do it to see if there's anything that we can use on the podcast, like pictures or stuff, or like updates, which I actually have found a couple that sparked my memories. Like, oh, I did not know we did that then, or whatever. Yeah. But
no, I remember clicking through and seeing that Mitch Davis is no longer the president or in a band.
Yeah.
Don't ask. Like vague book posted and it's like, oh, let's kill that. I hate that.
So, all right. So here's the time. All the things that you've been trying to get to push me to say.
Sure.
Before we get into December, finish out 2008, and you can find out, because 2008 did not end how I thought at all. Even beyond you not being there anymore, December, completely blew my mind. So I'll tell you that in a minute.
From this show onwards, I probably don't know anything about what happened with AllurA. For the most part, there's like periods of time where like we like would semi reconcile, like make nice or whatever. But you guys went off and did your own thing.
Well, you actually. So I've gone ahead a lot. I'm like a year ahead in podcasting. So I've gone through 2009, and you come up quite a bit, a lot.
All right.
Which I'm gonna say more about that later. But we're gonna rewind the clock here all the way to the beginning.
Okay.
And then I'll tell you everything that I think about just your throat in general and stuff, and then you can say what you think.
Okay.
Before we get to the end of the episode. Episode 3. We're on 70 right now. Episode 3. So we're in 2001 right now. We kicked out Sean, our original bass player in our punk band, for Mitch. Mm-hmm. Mitch was a great bass player, still is. But when he came to audition, we all found out that Mitch was a really good singer.
Me too.
Yeah.
That was
so
the first time
that
was the first time that I sang.
It was awesome. And not only was it awesome, but it is worlds better than the other 4 of us. So I think that was one of the main things was like, we got to get this guy. He fucking is a way better singer than us. So Mitch joins the band being a good bass player and a great singer. And within a year and a half of him joining, we all decided that Mitch is such a good singer, he should be the main singer. So we demote our singer and make Mitch the full-time lead singer. Mm. So it has become that much apparent that Mitch is the best singer in our group. I would dare say in the area, because not a lot of people were singing like this. Metalcore was getting bigger. We also come up in the punk world where a lot is just yelling. Mm-hmm. There wasn't too many people that were like singing in our area at the time. Most of it was like screaming once we were gotten going.
Sure.
So
these are all compliments, and it makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah,
to be clear.
I don't want to get your head big.
I don't like.
I'm just trying to. If
it gets any bigger, it won't fit on the camera. Thanks.
It's a big head. It's funny. But so I'm taking it through in case anybody's new. This is what we all think of Mitch, that he's a great singer. Then 2004 and 2005, we put out the last 2 SB&C releases. I don't know how you feel about your voice on those 2, but I personally think those are absolutely fantastic. Like I always thought you were good, but when you hit the Organization of Sound and Silence and then SB&C EP, yeah, didn't really know how to scream, but like your voice was just so good. In my opinion, I love the way you sound on those.
I hear those albums and I don't recognize that guy because I like it too now.
Yeah.
At the time, I hated my voice.
Okay.
I've always hated my voice every step along the way. But,
Interesting.
But that album, I listened back to it, I'm just like, fuck, that was pretty good.
I mean, like, I can say that about a lot of the things about my guitar playing. It's just like, sure, I could have done better for the most part. But like, you especially was like, this was like so awesome to me. There's not even auto-tune because nobody knew how to do auto-tune.
Yeah.
This is literally you just absolutely hitting those notes and stuff, which is very impressive.
Most of the time hitting the notes.
All right, but like when you didn't though, it wasn't because you couldn't. It was because we didn't know that you could have more takes.
Yeah. It was like, oh no, that was
to hit it.
Shit
you know what
sucks.
I mean? Yeah, that's just the one, and it was like that close.
Ship it.
So, that's where I was at until except for the one time when you came back from your Europe trip, when you were raging for 2 weeks straight and you came off a plane, you didn't have a good show. Mm-hmm. We just thought we're like, oh yeah, he's fucking toast right now. There was never ever an issue with your voice. You were just getting better as time was going on until you pledged the frat. And that was the first show when we were all like, oh, not so good. The next night we had a Halloween show. You were in the big buff man that was the first show that I remember being like, oh, that wasn't so hot because you had been pledging all night. So that was like you were literally just going like this, like as much as to me you were just like you were hitting everything, like you could do whatever you wanted, and then you had joined it, and then it was just this wave of like, sometimes you're good. I guess it depends on what you had done the night before, kind of thing, you know. And then the album, the EP recorded the time before, you noted it and you apologized to us because you weren't doing
the
hot
one in
on
Malibu.
It. Yeah. And then, even like I remember it even being like a Josh thing, or like Josh was like, dude,
Josh
like,
was getting real frustrated.
He was getting frustrated and stuff, and this was before like the point that he had like decided not to do this. So I think even he had said once, like, if Sean's going to school and Mitch sounds like this, let's just put him on bass if Sean's gonna go. And I was like, well, I don't want to. He's our singer. Yeah. Whatever. You know. So like it had been like a thing of like, where is Mitch at? You know, for so long, and then there's the recording process and then the tour, and then it was just like this like super high peak, and then like the next 2 years just went further, like even down. Lower than you had when you first started, kind of thing. And I think two things. I know you said that you were like annoyed. Maybe you weren't, but it felt like you were like slightly annoyed that Chris was singing so much and stuff.
I would say annoyed. Not annoyed.
What the word would be?
No, are you talking in 2008? Chris singing felt like a soft launch of him. Sure.
Okay,
and not necessarily before that. I didn't really care
because the screaming thing, like we wanted Chris to be like the main screamer only because he was so good.
He could actually scream.
Yeah, and I never thought of that like as like a hit to you or anything, but it was just like. I mean, the first band I liked was the Beatles. They have 4 fucking singers. Yeah. Like
lots of screaming.
Yeah, but no, just like the double thing, you know? Like then there's like Blink, Lex on Fire has 3 singers. You know.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be the same voice the whole time.
Yeah, I thought that was cool when somebody else did something. So it was just in my head like I would have loved to have been me the second singer, but I just wasn't as good as you two. So I just didn't feel comfortable enough putting myself out there like that. And then also there was a thing of me, like, I was like finding tapes of bands who like toured. Like I found a tape of the Misfits singing Saturday Night, and Michael Graves was doing the low harmony the entire time. And Jerry Only, the backup singer, was taking the melody. And then I saw like a video of like My Chemical Romance doing that, like the "We'll Carry On,"
figuring out how to do these songs like on tour,
how to do it. And I mean, we had never toured, but I was like, oh, that's what the pros do. Like they give themselves a break. Like I found so many videos of M Shadows being like just taking off whole parts, and letting them do that. Yeah, no, but just like letting like the Rev sing, or like the 2 guitar players were singing like whole parts just so he could have a break and stuff. And I don't think I was saying this in the right way, but I kept trying to like tell you to do that or stuff, or like let me have that line, and you were like very like resistant of it. I don't know if that was like pissing you off at the time. I was thinking about this when I was writing it, but like there was always like a resistance of that when I was like, I'm not saying you can't do. You're like, that line's not even hard. I was like, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to just take a break so you can hit the next one, the one that really counts, you know. But so there was always this like, I think one time when you had a rough show, I was like, you were just like, I can't really practice as much as you guys, you know, because I'm a singer. I was like, well, I practice in my car all the time. And I like, you know, and you're like, nah. Just I said that. I don't know. You like that? Who's that big fat guy you used to listen to all the time? Podcast guy. He was like the OG podcast guy.
What?
It's like back like when we were like just starting college.
Big fat OG podcaster?
Yeah, it was some
Joe Rogan?
No. He's like a weird dude. He had a weird voice.
Oh, fucking Tom Likas.
Yes. That's what you wanted to do in the car. You didn't want to practice singing. You wanted to listen to him.
I was listening to him all the time. Not a good guy to listen to, by the way. That was poison for my brain.
But so like I kept seeing these things, like not only did it wasn't like I don't want Mitch to sing, it was just I think it's cool when everyone's doing it. So I was like kind of writing like that, but also like look what the big boys are doing. Like they're just not singing. They're singing the low harmonies and stuff. So I was trying to like do that, and it was just like a pushback. And so like, I think like we didn't know enough about Care, but like had we had done that and had you had like, you should have just not been talking in between sets basically.
Yeah.
But there was all these like missteps, but also just things that like to us, especially me, like just felt like you weren't like accepting of help or whatever. Mm-hmm. So when it finally went out, I was like, well,
yeah. What do you think was going to happen?
Yeah, basically that kind of a thing. And I've said this before, and I think I've misspoken, or I didn't mean it exactly this way, but I think it was like when Josh was on, I was like, the frat fucked you up or whatever. And I'm not saying that anybody who joins a frat can't sing all of a sudden. But what I mean is, this is going to come up in a few episodes, but like, not the first time I heard you sing again after this, but the second time I heard you sing after this point in your life was over, where there was no more fraternity, I was like, oh my God, he can sing. That's my friend's voice. Like he was like, once that time period had ended, it was back. So like in my head, or just like, because I think I'm one of the few people who I can see, I've seen you sing from 14 all the way till now, and seeing that one gap where it was like you were, even
when
if you listen,
sucked was when I was in the fraternity.
Even if you listen to the songs and our albums before the frat and then after the frat, you can hear a huge difference where it's like there's something wrong like in there, and like even so much anything we've recorded afterwards, like you don't even have auto-tune really at all in like Lose Control. So like you can sing. I've heard you sing really hard stuff. I've heard you sing for 4 hours while drinking.
Yeah.
You've never sounded like that again. Like you're fine, even if you don't feel it. I've even seen you show up to shows sick and do perfect, like fine, even if you don't feel like it. There's never been a point where you've had this issue. So unless there was like black mold in that house,
I mean, there fucking totally was.
Which now that I'm saying that, maybe there was.
It was. I was just talking to my buddy about this today. That house was a complete slum.
Yeah,
like there.
I went to a lot of parties there with you.
There was only 2 bathrooms. Most of the time, neither of them worked. There was water damage everywhere. Like it very well could have been black mold. I think the more like realistic explanation is that when I pledged the fraternity was when I started smoking cigarettes.
Right. Okay.
That I smoked cigarettes in Europe because that's just what you do in Europe.
Sure.
Come back, have a shitty show, but I'm not smoking after
anymore.
that.
Oh.
Then when pledging happened, it was so like stressful that I was just like, oh, I remember cigarettes are like an awesome thing that I can do to like cool the stress down.
Right.
So I started smoking cigarettes again. But I was also smoking cigarettes later too. Like it took me a really long time to quit smoking.
That's why I was trying to think of like the things that you weren't doing.
But
like, there's some combination of
starting smoking and then like figuring out your voice during that, and then maybe like 4 years later of smoking, it's just like, okay, now I know how to sing with a smoky voice.
Yeah.
And I can sing again. It's possible. I also think the fraternity was not healthy. Like I was drinking a lot and I was smoking a lot.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, it was like you said, the depending on what I'd been doing the night before, some shows were bad. I just made bad choices a lot of the time.
Gotcha.
Same thing that honestly happened with the Key Club probably too. Is like I opted to do this group project because it's something it's come up a bunch of times in my life at this point, is that I have a hard time saying no to people that I feel like I have an obligation towards.
Okay.
And I end up stretching myself too thin.
Gotcha.
In a certain way that it's like I have a hard time setting up a boundary of just like I can't go to this party, or I can't help you with this group project or whatever because I've got this other obligation.
Sure.
I just always want to do everything.
I mean, I
And
get you.
and I tried.
Yeah.
I tried real hard. And I think I to a certain point I burnt myself out. I don't blame the fraternity. I blame me fully.
Okay.
Being in like the social setting of the fraternity.
Because like if you listen to those albums that I'm saying that like you're like that I really love of your voice, none of those are easy songs to sing at all. Like the melodies that you and I wrote are like fucking top, and Chris really isn't in those, so it's all you at the top. So like I think you were like, honestly, I think you were like I think you nailed it. You said it a couple times before. You just didn't want to admit to yourself that you couldn't do both things that way.
Yeah.
You had said that because like the AllurA songs weren't up there all the time, and you had breaks because of Chris, because we wanted to scream. So like, I would say the organization of Sound and Silence, the SB&C one, might have been your most difficult album, and
maybe
you had no problem
that was also like my virgin high school voice. Like
we were seniors.
Life also just kind of happened. Our voices matured. They cracked. They got a lot of tread run off the tires. But I think I still feel like as AllurA turned more metal, even if I wasn't like the screamer, there was still a lot of more like, and I wouldn't say more, but there was a lot of like power notes and like lines that turned into screams. And then me being like semi egotistical at the time too, is like you said, like didn't want to give up lines. Because in my mind I was like, well, I'm the singer though. So singer sing. I sing or I sing.
Right. Yeah.
So it was just like, what am I doing if you guys take all the things? I'm admitting that I can't do the thing that I did on the recording, and I want to be able to do it.
Sure, yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, yeah, in our heads, it wasn't like you not being able to do it. It was just like, I think that's
it would have been the smart move to do.
Yeah, but in any case, that's my 2 cents. So I see, now I hear your point as well. But I mean, I think sounds like we're basically in agreement, pretty much, more or less.
I don't blame the fraternity, but the fraternity chunk of my life is when I started smoking, when I started partying more.
Yeah,
and not conducive to having a good voice.
Yeah.
But like later when you're talking about like it came back years later, like I had not stopped partying.
No, I know you didn't. That's why
I still haven't.
That's why I was like, that's why in my head, like I've seen like everything. There was some combination of something you were doing right there that like seemed, it was just like, maybe it fucking was mold.
Honestly, environmental makes a lot of sense. That place was a piece of shit.
I don't know, just, even just like the thing of like everybody else not being asleep and like knocking on your door or something.
I didn't sleep much. I probably smoked more there than I did anywhere else because I just smoked in my room like a fucking degenerate. House was haunted too.
Yeah,
could have been a ghost.
All right.
Could have been a ghost stealing my voice to try and use it for its own.
Yeah, that could happen. Happened kind of in Little Mermaid.
Yeah, you literally can't prove that didn't happen. But it was I mean it was a series of bad decisions and like doing things that were not conducive to having a good voice.
Yeah.
I didn't stop smoking cigarettes until into Lose Control.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was still like when you did do that, and I was like, dude, he's fucking.
But Lose Control, I was good for bursts.
Yeah. But I mean, like when you know what, we'll talk about when we get there. But I was just like, what I'm saying is like, when I heard you, the next thing that we did together was like, fucking hey, he's fucking awesome again. Anyways, but like, so
I had a lot of time off.
Yeah. Not only did we not play in a band together anymore, we didn't talk for quite a while.
No.
I think it's longer in our heads than it may have been, but time just moves so fucking slow. But like the last time we spoke, besides that show, I asked you where that $200 was from the Rhythm Lounge. I texted you. Mm-hmm. You never answered me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which I was like,
I don't know that I ever got $200.
I kind of was like, all right, either he just took it and said fuck off, or we've just forgot to get paid.
I don't feel like I just took it, but where I was at in my life and as broke as I was, I could very well see me just being like, no, this is my payment.
I didn't even want to text you about it, but I was like, so like,
yeah, you need it.
I need that for that credit card. Like, not for myself, but like, I need it for that credit card. So I was like, I worked up the courage to text you again, and you never answered me. And we didn't talk for a very long time again, you and I.
I feel like it was almost a year.
No, way shorter than that.
Really?
Yeah, so I will.
3 weeks.
We thought it was a long time. It was a long time, but we're going to get to this very, very shortly, actually.
Okay.
But we're going to finish up December now because this didn't end up how I thought at all. I don't know what you were doing. I'll ask you in a minute. But so we had 4 shows in December that you were supposed to be at, and we didn't know what we were supposed to do now. The first one was on December 10th, so we had like 2 weeks to figure it out. Besides that, we, again, this is so fast, but it just felt like an eternity. We decided that we should just get new pictures right away of the new thing. Mm-hmm. At first, we didn't know. Even after I told Chris, I was like, all right, I guess Chris is a singer. At one point, he was like, why don't you just sing and you and I will tag team it like that? Still, I could not scream at this point. Mm-hmm. And I'd cut my hair off. In December, or like at the end of December, I was planning on cutting off the devil lock to grow it out again. And this is very vain and stupid, but one of the main reasons I was like, I didn't even entertain me being the singer was like, if we got on Warped Tour, I'm going to have a fro because my hair's growing out. I'm going to look so stupid.
Can't do it.
I'm not doing that. I'm going to be so embarrassed and we're not going to be taken seriously because I'm going to look like a moron. So I was like, nah, I'm not doing it.
I mean, that was the right decision.
Thank you. Yeah. And I couldn't scream either. So it was like, well, then we're just going to be back to the, I don't know, whatever. But so we decided we needed to take new pictures. And I remember John texting me twice, asking me like, when's the photo shoot? When's the photo shoot? I was like, shit, maybe everyone will just start helping me like Mitch used to.
Yeah, everyone's going to step up.
Yeah. It's like, all right, cool. This still sucks. My friend's not there. We haven't talked in fucking a couple days because we've basically talked every day for like 8 years. And now we're not going to sing, but all right. So we did a photo shoot, just the four of us, Taylor, John, Chris, and I. Much like the photo shoot before, Taylor is noticeably high.
Fuck yeah.
But we went over to like 190th and Redondo, like over by those refineries, and we took the photos, just the four of us. Mm-hmm. And then we had 4 shows. And right before the first show, John was like, I can only play 2 of the 4 shows. So it's like, well, okay. That's a rough start to the non-Mitch era, but okay. The first one was actually a co-headliner, us and Fathom, but it was an acoustic set up at the Canoga Park Cobalt Cafe. Okay. So it's like, all right, we're not going to miss John for that one. We'll just play the 3 of us, Taylor, Chris, and I. Super packed show. It went really well, except, we just had a few practices, just the 3 of us. I just remember Fathom kind of blowing us out of the water because, they're well rehearsed in that and very good at it. And they
practice acoustic.
Yeah. And they brought like lights and stuff. So their set looked really cool. And we just went up to the 3 of us, play like What I Got and like Swing Life, where you're like, oh, this sounds way worse.
The standard, we have to play acoustic. Santeria, What I Got, Swing Life
this
Away.
This is literally what we know and we've been playing.
Maybe Dancing on the Verge and then get out of there.
Yeah, whatever we used to play when we were drunk at night and stuff. So we did that one. Nothing too big. The next one was... Hold on.
That's okay. Everybody can hear your pages.
Yeah. Okay. A huge show, which again, I was like, I don't know if we should even make this move without Mitch because we have a giant ass show. We were back at the Key Club. I think I had said we were just on Warped Tour, so I got us back in. We opened for Attack and My Children, My Bride, which were huge metalcore bands at the time. And the place could not have been more packed. I'm saying this right. Yeah, the 12th. It was like just huge. Like if it wasn't sold out, it would have been like just a couple off because it was like couldn't have been more packed. We didn't know what to do. We didn't ask anybody to play drums. We were just like, okay, singer's gone. Oh, now John, wait, can John play this one? Which one can he play? So we just went up there, the 4 of us. I knew the lyrics the best. Mm-hmm. So Chris and I just tag teamed it and we sang anything that Chris couldn't sing and play. I just sang. Mm-hmm. And that was how we did it. I don't think it went over that poorly. In fact, I remember when the next phase of AllurA came, we got a MySpace comment like, you guys should just stick to a 4-piece. That was pretty good. So,
I honestly had no idea you guys ever played as a 4-piece.
Yeah. So we did that, and that was a huge show. Super packed, like I said. So that was that would have been one to have would have been great to have been at full strength. I don't know how we pulled that off. And then the last 2, John couldn't make. So I asked Sean to fill in. And he was actually super stoked because he hadn't played in over a year and a half. So he said yes. Our first one was up at the Knitting Factory in Hollywood. Rest in peace.
Yep.
I have a very faint memory of like Sean coming in to learn. Like we basically just played old AllurA stuff and a couple of new ones, so he didn't have to learn that much, you know. Mm-hmm. But it was just like Sean's there, Mitch is in here. What the hell is this? I'm so confused.
What is this mixed up band?
Yeah. So we played at the Knitting Factory. I don't remember who we played with. I think it was with that Death Pilot band we used to play at Saddle Ranch with.
Yeah.
So that was the 10th, 12th, 14th, right in a row. So like this was all stuff we had planned with you. And then we had 4 days off and we had one more show. But before that, because we were in such a fucking mayhem, Chris and Taylor came over and we sat down one night and wrote a big email. I think John might have been there too, to Indictment Tom, and came up with a number. We just like, dude, you really fucking did us in, you know? Us. And we went on like the super light side. We was like, all right, well, we did this, we did that. Like you did this. If you just give us $3,400, we'll call it even, which is not anywhere near what, you know, he said he was going to put in, but like, can you just give us that? And we emailed him. Mm-hmm. Didn't hear from him for quite a while, but we did that. And then we ended 2008 playing at D Piazza's again with Sean filling in as a 4-piece. So we played 3 shows, like full band as a 4-piece with Chris and I just training. Obviously Taylor sang a bunch too, but like I knew the lyrics better than him because I wrote half of them anyways. So that was what we did directly after you.
Okay.
And then do you want to say, all right, what were you doing this month?
Probably partying.
Yeah.
Probably drinking it all away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah. Well, so we were like, all right, so that's there. Mitch is gone. We don't know what we're going to do. Who's going to be the singer? And after that show on the 18th, right before Christmas, John told us he was quitting. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, but we just did the, you know, like, why didn't you just tell us you were leaving when I called you when we were talking about all this? Mm-hmm. So like,
yeah, because then I could have taken his spot.
Well, no, like if he had just like if I had called him, it just would have been a much different conversation. I think, you know, like because I called him and asked like, "Are you okay with us kicking out Mitch?" And he said, "Yes, you have my blessing. Go do it." And within 3 weeks of us kicking you out, he decided he didn't want to do it anymore. I was like. And the first thought in my head, I know sounds silly, but when he said it, I was like, did John really just want to be in photos one more time? Because he had called me, you know, texted me twice, like, when's the photo shoot? When's the photo shoot? You know? And so I was like, all right, well, that's ridiculous. But like, I just wish he had told me so I could have at least had I had known more of what was going to happen so I could at least be like, all right, are you going to try? Or now that John's not here, should we try this setup to see? So that really just threw me through a loop. It was like, okay, so now I have only Chris and Taylor and I trying to figure out the band and the credit card. And both my friends are gone now. Like this super sucks. Like this is not what I wanted at all. Fucking at all. Yeah. So, yeah, then I just spiraled even more there after that. I was like, I don't even know what to do. No.
Reasonable.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, I mean, I guess you said, I don't know. What do you think? Like, had John told us he was quitting, where do you think your head would have been at?
I wouldn't have. I don't think I would have played bass.
Done the bass thing?
Yeah. Well, especially, like, I'm not positive. You'd have to ask him.
Yeah.
I feel like part of why he ultimately quit bass.
I never asked him.
I think part of why he ultimately quit was like maybe he was like, yeah, I give blessing to kick Mitch out and we'll try a new singer. But then when like nothing really changed within a few weeks, maybe he was just kind of like, oh, this isn't what I like signed up for.
Right, yeah. I mean, we were just figuring shit out, and I was like, we just played that like giant ass sold out show. Like, we obviously still got stuff moving. I thought he would have stayed. I was like, oh man. And I guess I should have like maybe thought that more. I left this part out specifically, but the last night of Warped Tour, when we were done cleaning up, John was like, we need to slow down. We need to take a break. And like, I kind of just like shoved it off. I was like, well, in my head, I was like, well, yeah, we have to. Mitch can't even sing right now. Like, we're going to take a break. Like, we're not playing.
But he might have been talking about more than that.
Yeah. Like, we're not playing for like 6 weeks, but he might have been playing for more at that. You know, I guess in my head, like, who knows what would have happened? Maybe you wouldn't have played bass, but like, the conversation would have definitely drastically shifted had I known that our bass player wasn't going to be
on
there.
The way out.
Well, yeah, because if he had said he was going to quit, I wouldn't be like, oh, you know what would be the great thing to do right now is go down to 3 members. Like, not that we can't even play live now and we have to cancel everything. So, like, you know what I mean? So, like, that conversation wouldn't have happened had he had let us know that's what he was thinking. But, you know, I never asked him about it. I was like, I can't even get into it with another one of my friends right now. I'm fucking topped on arguing with close people. So, fine. And that's how 2008 ended for AllurA.
Fun.
Yeah.
I'm struggling to remember when I joined Milestone. Which was my rebound band.
I've gone forward again a lot. Okay. And you have, so it's no secret, obviously, Mitch and I have been playing together for like almost 30 years now.
Jesus Christ.
Something. So he comes back. There is a small interim where he's not in the band with me, but you come up a lot, actually, more than obviously you remember, because I've even hinted at things when we've just been talking and you don't remember these things at all.
Yeah, I remember making it out to a couple shows once I'd like cooled off.
Yeah, so like one, I'd be very curious. I'm very curious to one, get your input, and just not only you're close with everybody that's in these episodes. I'd be very curious to hear your opinion on everything that's happened. 2, you come up a lot, and everybody, including you, are going to hear how things get mended and move into the next phase. 3, about 90% of everything that you've done musically since AllurA has all stemmed from events that happen in this little area of time. So I would be interested to see your reaction to these events that happened that lead to you playing with these people and these projects and stuff.
Okay. And so that explains why we're not going to fast forward until
exactly.
I'm back. Okay.
And then 4, when I asked you to do the podcast originally, I asked you if you would be cool with this. You said yes. I hope you're not. But like your rebound project, there are a few things that I do know, and I just find them fascinating, and I would love to know more.
And I don't want to belittle it by calling it a rebound project. Because I love the guys that I was playing with.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I want to do what you've done with SBNC and AllurA with Milestone was the name of the band.
Yeah.
I'm obviously don't have the same memory. So I need to like dig back through stuff. I'll probably talk to I know our guitar player Bubba listens.
Yeah, but if you guys, Bubba, if you could help him, but if you guys,
yeah, I need some help, dude.
If you guys could put together some stuff so we can add it to our episodes to see where you were while I'm doing this and stuff in your thing, I think that would be a very interesting like double story, because even when we start playing again, there's going to be stories where you and I are doing separate things at the same time. So I think that would be very interesting. But all those 4 things in general and all the lead up, I think would be, and you'll enjoy it because you were mad at the time, but it is oh my God, this year is so fucked up from my sort of things.
I think every time that I heard that something was going wrong for you guys, the petty part of me was like, fucking good. Sucks to suck.
Well, you're gonna hear it because it was
well, now I don't feel that way.
Yeah, 2009 was I think they're all very interesting stories, but 2009 was a wild ride.
Cool.
Just in general, but yeah, you're gonna get to find out how everything you did in music since then, not including Milestone, and all the people that you play with now are all coming up in this time as well. So it all like dovetails into one thing, and they're just really great stories, so we should probably tell them anyways.
I mean, we'll fucking see, dude.
Yeah. There we go. 2008's done. We're done with 10. It took us 70 episodes to do 10 years worth of memories, but
And now I'm going to start remembering stuff too.
Yeah,
so now
exactly.
It's fucking over for
gets,
you bitches.
It gets closer in time, so Mitch remembers more now.
Yeah, I'm starting to remember things.
Yeah. Oof. And, gonna be honest, my favorite Mitch and AJ tour stories have not happened yet.
Yeah.
By a long shot. My absolute favorite things that have happened on tour are in the future still. So
they are yet to come.
Yeah. All right, 2008's done.
The end of an era.
End of an era.
Salute. All right. See you guys at the next one. Maybe. I might not be here. We'll see.